Welcome to the first episode of the Graduate Series. If you're new here, if you haven't seen this face before, my name is Miriam. This first episode is going to talk about how to choose your PhD project / how to choose your PhD advisors. So how did I find my supervisors? Well, I was kind of already working with them for my honors project. How did I choose those people? I chose, at least vaguely, a couple of subject areas that I was really interested in and got in touch with people who were doing that. One of these people that I spoke to was in ecology, and he'd been doing a research project with a different professor in a totally different department in the veterinary school, actually. And he said, she's really nice and she has this project and maybe you would be interested in it. Ended up doing that project with her and with the guy from the ecology department and someone else from the veterinary school. And then at the end of my honors, I was like, look, I want to do a PhD and I kind of want to carry some of the things from this project on into that. Would you be willing to do it? They said yes. And we were off. So what I ended up with was 2 supervisors from the veterinary school, one slightly more junior, one slightly more senior, one from ecology, and one who worked at a different agricultural research center. And that was really good because I think, I didn't know it at the time, maybe I did, I like topics that are, I guess, a little bit weird or that don't fit neatly into one little box. So there is something to be said for a multidisciplinary advisory team. What is the point of me rambling this story? The point, I guess, is choose advisors you think are going to be a good fit, basically, both topic-wise, subject area-wise, and personality-wise. On the topic side of things, I would come in with a kind of more specific research question that you want to answer, and then look at who is answering that research question. Look at their website, look at their publications, look at who they work with. On the personality side, go with someone that you're already familiar with through your lessons, through seeing them around university. If you're not familiar with them, I guess the best thing would maybe be to ask one of their previous students, what were they like? What were their expectations? Did they feel supported? Did they feel challenged in their PhD? And use that as a guide. I've had relationships that are the same length of time as my PhD, so it's important. Ooh, I should say as well, consider getting an advisor from industry or from a different kind of research organization. You get an insight outside of your 4 little walls. Now, I do know a couple of people that have applied for a specific PhD project, like it's been pretty much a job advertisement somewhere online where the project is pretty much fleshed out. Maybe there's a little bit of room for your own ideas, but for the most part, it's a supervisor seeking a student for a particular research question that they already have in mind. The main reason I think I wouldn't go personally for one of those projects is because you don't really know the person, the supervisor. Like I said, you can probably do some research from their past students, but it doesn't really give you a good idea of how you're going to work together. I mean, I've heard at least a couple of PhD horror stories where people were struggling at the end. They were well into year 4, they hadn't completed their thesis. They weren't getting on with their supervisor at all. And I mean, you do not want to be struggling with those kind of issues that far in. You want to be publishing, looking at postdocs, looking at other opportunities, whatever. I guess the advantage of those projects is they're already financed. Maybe that person has got a grant to do this kind of research. So that's one less thing for you to think about. But on the other hand, you're kind of risking it, right? It could be a great experience. It could not be. Now, current university versus going overseas. Okay, so I had this plan going in that I would move from Auckland to Palmerston North, do my honors, then fly overseas to the US and try and go to an Ivy League school and get my PhD there. Why I wanted to do that, I don't know. Maybe movies, somehow I'd got it in my head that that was a great idea. In hindsight, I'm super glad I did not do that. I think it's much more important to choose advisors that you know you are going to get along with, that they are going to be interested in you and support you rather than going for a particular school or a particular place. Who really, at the end of the day, gives a crap? I mean, I'm sorry. As soon as you leave university or go and do a postdoc or go and do anything else, no one gives a crap. Okay, then I guess from there, if you know who you want to work with and you've had a chat with them, been in contact, and they've been like, yes, let's do a PhD project, and you're like, awesome, you're an awesome person, then I guess it gets into the logistical process side of things. And I can't really speak to that because every university is going to be different. So talk to that advisor and get them to help you enroll or apply or whatever. So in summary, think about the research question you want to answer, or at least the topic or subject area that you're interested in. Find researchers who are answering those questions. Look at whether they're going to be a good fit, who else you might bring into the picture. Talk to them about the logistics of applying, how that process works for your specific university, and start that collaboration. Start talking with those advisors about how this process is going to go. To sum up, I think you should feel in control, at least partly, from the start, and you should feel supported from the start and excited. I mean, this is a cool time. This is a fun thing to do. So thank you for watching. If you did find this episode useful and you want to help me out, how about buying me a coffee? I have a Ko-fi, I don't know, account. The link is down below, and you can just put a little tip in there for me. It would, yeah, just be a nice thank you and like a symbol to say, hey, good job. So thank you guys for watching. There'll be another episode next week. That will be episode 2 of 10 in the series, and I hope I will see you then. Bye.